Whoo! Y'all don't understand how hard this is for me right now. Y'all do not understand how hard this is for me right now. Welcome to Philly Uncensored Sports Podcast. We got Ephraim and Tim in the building. Sir Ephraim, make sure you put the S on Sir or the Sir on Ephraim. I don't know if Ethan and Wayne is coming on tonight. Wayne probably can, but I think he was out, but he can't wait. He's flying home so he can get on the pod so he can hate on Jalen Hurts. I mean, where you? Well, let's first start off
with a prayer.
With it. Yeah. Let's first start off where the blame needs to go. The blame needs to go from the rip. First of all, the refs wasn't letting us win this game. I know people talk about the refs and all that, bro. It was complete. They throw a flag, picked it up. Then what happened after that? It was the pass interference call on Slay on third down. That was so atrocious, it ain't make no sense.
It was.
Jalen Hurts got hit so many times after he slid and went down, people jumping on top of him. No unsportsmanlike to the quarterback. It was egregious. Every time they gave Dallas a call, Dallas had blatant hold. They pulling people to the ground. Every time they actually had to give us a call, they just gave it right back to Dallas by another call. It was insane. It was insane what I was seeing with the refs early on. It was so irritating. But then we began to completely shoot ourselves in the foot. So we wasn't going to win this game regardless unless we went in there and completely manhandled Dallas. Like, it had to be a blowout. We was not winning a close game. Yeah. That was very obvious. I could accept that fact because I know how the NFL play. But to shoot ourselves in the foot the way we did with drop passes and fumbles was beyond irritating. First, we start off with Jalen with the fumble. When he ran, it was a 1st and 20 draw play. Great play call, by the way. Lane was wide open. He got like 15 yards, and on the way down, he fumbles. And that just started the domino effect of dumb stuff all day long. Drops, fumbles, Devonta Smith, drop. A.J. Brown, all in the end zone, mind you. Devonta Smith dropping the end zone. Adams, what's his name? A.J. Brown, one right through his hands. On that fade, just completely right through his hands. It was just it was crazy. So Starscream, Jalen still. This game outside of the fumbles. The only play Jalen really did bad. Jalen actually played really well this game. He got sold out. I felt actually bad for him. Just watching people drop balls and fumble balls up and down the field it was so irritating, bro. It was beyond annoying. Me even talking about it and rehashing it and rethinking it and talking about it is actually just getting on my nerves to a level that I can't. This is not going to be long. I'm telling you, if I get off here in 8 minutes, don't be shocked. I'm that irritated with what happened. So go ahead, Tim. Start talking before I leave because I'm getting more irritated the more I talk. I ain't even going with you. This joint's irritating.
I'm going to start off with the defense. To me, our defense put us in a hole. And this goes back to last game when they had a stat out there that the last 10 possessions, there was 9 touchdowns that we gave up. 10 possessions, mind you, 9 touchdowns and a field goal. That's what we did. Our defense put us in a hole. We actually started playing better once Blankenship went out the game, to be honest with you. Prior to that, our defense couldn't do nothing, couldn't stop. Dak looked like he was Joe Montana. He looked like he was Joe Montana out there just balling, just doing whatever he wanted to do on the field. And then it's like CeeDee Lamb looked like A.J. Brown out there. Don't get me wrong. CeeDee Lamb has been having a good season so far. I can't even hate on him. But, man, then the referees, the calls that they was calling on the Eagles, and then picking up a holding call, all of a sudden it's no longer holding, pass interference. We're not calling it. Everything. Then Jalen, I thought he got concussed. I thought he got hit again where he was the way they was just letting him tee off on Jalen, and they didn't make any calls. They treated him like he was a true running back. And I do have a problem with the Eagles, or if it was Jalen calling his own number, but I thought he was running the ball way too much. That's how you get hurt. That's how I was a little frustrated with him.
See, stop this. I'm not talking to you. I'm talking to this. Y'all doing too much. But where did Jalen throw any bad passes at? Like, the only time he threw a bad pass is the one time when I think it was like on third down, he was getting blitzed and he threw it and it fell short to, I think it was either either Smitty feet or AJ Brown feet. We literally gave up. We blew 28 points tonight.
Yeah.
We blew 28 points tonight. Don't talk to me about Josh Allen, who only won because KC had a suspect all sides call on Tony when they should have won the game late in the games. You talking to me about Josh Allen, all other stuff like that. Jalen balled tonight. He's putting the ball everywhere where it needs to be. Outside of that fumble by Jalen Hurts, he actually played a very good game. The offense let him down. Smith let him down. AJ Brown let him down. Jalen was the only one acting like he wanted to win this game tonight, in my opinion. In my opinion, he was the only one acting like he wanted to win. People dropping passes, all this guy. It was so it was beyond annoying watching people drop passes all game. All game they was dropping passes, bro. Don't talk to me about Jalen this and Jalen. I'm not trying to hear none of that. Jalen Ball. If y'all can't see Jalen Ball, y'all dumb. Y'all stupid. That's all I'm telling you right now. Y'all dumb. If y'all can't see that AJ Brown dropped a pass in the break, went right through his hands. Smitty dropped another one, went right through his hands. It was just drops after drops. Then he fumbled. AJ Brown fumbled. Everybody fumbling and dropping passes, and Jalen trying to handle the blitz. He trying to handle and people jumping on him late. And he's still dropping the balls in the bread basket. Pause, and everybody still and nobody's doing their job. Do your job. If you dumb enough to try to say here and say that Jalen something wrong with Jalen, you don't need to be an Eagles fan no more, bro. Give me your card because you're talking that Wayne talk. I know he can't wait to get in here and start talking something stupid. This gets on my nerves when I see people talk dumb. When I see we all watching the same game, bro. If they had a couple catches, this not even a question. And I do agree the play calling can be a little suspect of vanilla, but at the end of the day, the play calling got dudes wide open. Catch the ball. That's all you gotta do is catch the ball, not fumble the ball. Go down. Sometimes the extra fighting, sometimes what makes you fumble the ball. So I understand that. I mean, yeah, sometimes it works in your favor and you get to go. But when you're trying to score and manufacture drives, the last thing you need to do is put yourself in bad position to fumble, and that's exactly what kept happening. It was so irritating, man. This is, whew. And then I agree with you. Blankenship got to go. He got to go. He's not a starter. He's not a starter. It's very clear that the defense plays so much better. We only gave up 9 points or 12 points. We gave it 24 first half points. And we only really gave up 9, I think, a late field goal. They added on 12 points in the second half. They didn't score any touchdowns in the second half. They was running down the field the first half. Like I mean, it was taking candy from a baby. To Tim's credit, Tim's been talking about this. Teams have been targeting Blankenship all year. They've been targeting him all year. We got away. We got very fortunate a couple times, some drop passes and all that kind of stuff like that. But the boy Sidney needs to be starting. Blankenship needs to stay on the bench for the rest of the year. If I see this dude back in the game, I'm going to lose it. I'm going to lose it.
They don't put him back in there. He remember how they had the ball on what's the other Singleton, whoever, I forget his name, and he played the whole year. And then it's like he's not that good. But they just want to. Then another thing, that play, what was the play where they called the pass interference? And then they got 2 penalties. It was almost like a 30-yard penalty. What play was that? That irritated me because I was like, I never saw that before.
Oh yeah, they called a pass interference and an unsportsmanlike conduct at the same time. It reminded me of that. Remember, like it was about 3 years ago, 3-4 years ago. It was a fumble. Dallas fumble. We playing Dallas. It was a Sunday night. We playing Dallas and they fumbled, and we recovered the ball. And because it was a scrummage in the pile, we recovered. You know how the pile, everybody pile on and somebody come out the ball. And they came out there and said, because it wasn't a clear recovery, Dallas gets the ball. I never hear that. I swear, every time we play Dallas, I hear stuff and see calls I've literally never seen called before. I've been watching football since '88. It's stuff that they say I've never seen that call before. I've never seen it. I mean, and not just the Eagles. I watch football in general. I've never seen that call before, and I've never seen that other call that I talked about. I never forget. It was a Sunday night. Dallas fumbled. Everybody piled on. We came out the pile with the ball, and they said since it wasn't a clear recovery, Dallas gets the ball. That is I promise you, it's some stuff with Dallas that this is what they want. They're America's team, so you know you're going to get stuff pushed their way. You already know that. That's why you got to come in with your game plan and make it happen.
Refs said they're dumb on the scale the entire game.
Yes.
And then they try to make it up with some nonsense calls, but I'm not feeling it. I know when the host job is on it. The ball drove too. Why would you sit there? You didn't get a chance to catch the ball. So that right there screwed us too in that possession where the ball called for a fair catch and he blocks it. He runs into him. I'm like, my dude. It was like everybody was just making bonehead plays this game. Everybody was involved in it.
I agree. It starts screaming. Listen, bro, I'm not. This is the last time I'm going to address you tonight. All right, because you talking ridiculous. You're not an Eagles fan. You a Jalen hater, and you irritating my soul because you talk about he was 8 for 19 and blah 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 and all that. Do you see the drops, bro? Do you see the drops? I mean, come on, like this. This is one drop. The one that Smitty was like a 40-yard pass downfield. I mean, right off his hands, right off his hands. Then the other play, he fumbles. Then the other play, A.J. Brown, right through the breadbasket, right through his hands. Like, this is, come on, bro. Your quarterback is out there fighting for his life. Dallas has a solid defense. They doing some good stuff, but Jalen is making some great plays. Bro, you got to catch the ball. You got one job. Catch the ball. Catch the ball. That's your job. And then when you catch it, hold on to it and don't fumble it. So I'm not. If you hating on Jalen right now, I have no rap for you. You don't know the game. You're just a hater. You don't like him. So move on. Go on another podcast and talk to them about that. Because I'm not trying to hear about that with Jalen. I'm not. He balled tonight. He played well. Nobody stepped up in his behalf. So that's why you got a victory. You got a behinds kick like that. That's irritating. And the refs definitely helped out a lot too.
You said right. They said that can't even call it the ball. It did come out that Brian Johnson's not calling. Nick Sirianni is back to calling the games. Yeah, he's pretty much given the game plan to Brian Johnson. So and the ball from Dave Spadaro came out from the Eagles, who actually works for the Eagles, came and said it's actually Nick Sirianni's offense that they're doing. So he's back to calling the game, and that's how we stunk it up last year. Then I came in and I watched some Brian Johnson. Brian Johnson was the offensive coordinator for college. I was able to watch some of his plays, and you can show it's not his offense. We saw his offense where how he ran. He did a lot of motion, post and pre-motion plays, and it's not done on the Eagles. They said if you saw the little bullet that they had in the game, they said 55% of all NFL teams have motion plays in their offense. We are ranked last. We only do it 33% of the time. Now, if you got the offensive coordinator who was known to do it,
I mean,
he was known to do it.
We've been talking about this. We've been talking about this since last year. We don't have enough movement in our offense. We've been talking about this since last year.
Nick Sirianni is acting like he's not calling the game. He is calling the game.
Even with that, we still have plays we should have scored. Like, even with that, we still blew four touchdown drives. We legitimately blew. We moving the ball downfield. So I can't overemphasize on that. If we were just getting flat out stifled, I see what you're saying.
Because I'm talking about is the scheme. It's hard. Like, Jalen is doing magical things, but the scheme could be so much easier the game could be so much easier for him.
I can agree. I can agree with that. I'm not hating on that at all. However, I'm more focused on the plays that we could have had that we didn't make. Like that to me trumps everything. I agree with you. Don't get me wrong. I've been talking about the offense needing more emotion. You need more ingenuity a little bit in your offense. So I'm not taking away from what you're saying. I'm just harping on plays not being made. They would passes dropped and fumbling. It's like it's like the game we had. Remember the game early in the season, Lamar Jackson played, I think it was against Pittsburgh or Cleveland, when he had like 7 drops. Like, what you going to look at Lamar and be like, yo, we need to hold you to a higher standard, Lamar? Like, that's goofy talk. That's goofy. I can't. Like, it's like when Tom Brady, when Edelman dropped the pass in the Super Bowl, and Tom Brady was like, oh, he can't throw it and catch it. Like, that's like looking at Tom Brady like, bro, we need to hold you to a higher standard. Like, bro, what am I supposed to do? I'm throwing the ball to him. I can't run out there and catch it myself. That's why it's goofy, and I'm not even addressing that goofy talk no more because it's goofy. We understand that certain plays have to be made in crucial situations. If my quarterback making a throw and he throws it where it needs to be and the receiver's not catching it, then that's the receiver's fault. All accountable. Once the ball leaves the QB's hands and it's in position, it's right in here. See, that's non-receiver talk. When I hear boys talk about the quarterback this and the quarterback that, that's how I know dudes, for one, ain't real ballers in real life. And two, they're not wide receivers. I played wide receiver all the time when I play football. And right in here, you got to catch it. If you drop it, it's not. Don't go back blaming the quarterback and saying, oh, he needs to do this. He needs to walk it up to me and hit it. Bro, he did everything but walk it up to you and hand it to you. Catch the dang ball. Catch the ball. I mean, I'm befuddled at the lack of the ignorance that I'm seeing in some of these comments. Catch the ball. Whew.
But it started out.
Right. Somebody fill my cup back up.
The defense started it up, though. You gotta give it. The defense is what got us into the position. First the refs with that thumb on the scale. I mean, they walked them down the field the first drive of the game. Then after that,
yes.
Then they called the offense. Somebody had a comment. They called offensive pass interference on I think it was AJ. It was a fake. It was that was like bogus. It was so much stuff that the referees did, that the defense did, and then self-inflicted stuff that we did. I mean, we're supposed to lose this game.
It is, X-Man. You're right about that. It's on this. I see the same thing with Lamar. Everybody drop passes. They look at Lamar like, oh, Lamar, you need to do this. Better than the third. Like, stop this. Stop. Finally, Lamar receivers started catching a little bit. That's why they started winning games. Lamar is playing fabulous, by the way, and so is Jalen Hurts. But you can't win the game. Football is the most team-oriented sports out of all the major sports. And what I mean by that is each play takes a number of things to go right for people to be on the same page for a play to work. One play. It's a very organized, very choreographed type movement. All right. If my receiver is supposed to run the slot, the post, the fade, the end, whatever, he needs to be where he needs to be by the time my quarterback lets the ball go. And when that ball gets there, he has to catch it. It's a very choreographed thing. And in the middle of all this, somebody needs to, your offensive line needs to block. Somebody possibly needs to pick up a blitz. Somebody needs to run their route on the other side to pull out the safety, to pull out the linebacker. It's so many things that need to happen to make this play work. And guess who has to orchestrate it all? The quarterback. And guess who has been orchestrating it all very well, masterfully? Jalen Hurts. So when I get the ball out there, when the ball leaves my hands, if you're not catching it, it's all responsibility is then removed from the quarterback to the person who's not catching the ball. So this, and I got love for Smitty and I got love for AJ because they've been balling. I don't want to make a complete crusade against what they did tonight, but good Lord have mercy. Y'all picked the wrong night to do this nonsense. Y'all picked the wrong night to do this nonsense. And it was the right night for the boy Blankenship to get hurt because Das would have put we'd have got another 40 dropped on us if Blankenship would have stayed in that game. Yeah. Bro, if you can't see, you got to see the stuff in practice. He's a very good tackler. I've given him credit for that. But in coverage, he is complete dookie. In coverage, he is trash, and they pick on him consistently. They go into his side. You got to get this dude a permanent spot on the bench. I need to do it. I need to see. He is the Eagles' TJ McConnell right now. That's who he is. He give you some hustle plays there and there, and you're like, oh man, he's fighting. He got the heart of a lion and all this, that, and the third, and all that might be true. But guess what? He might have the heart of a lion. He might have the heart of a lion, but he got the coverage skills of Ozell Jenkins. The ball cannot cover. He's toast everywhere when they start passing the ball. You got to get this dude out the game. You can't. You cannot. If I see him again, I'm telling you I'm going to snap. I'm going to snap worse than seeing Starscream talk about Jalen Hurts not being the best quarterback in the league. This is ridiculous to me.
I'm looking now. I still don't understand why I don't.
We need to get some wrenches out here and start muting some of these comments that's getting me mad. You need to get some wrenches out here. Matter of fact, I'm about to invoke my wrench thing so I can start getting my click on and shut some of these folks' comments and permanently stopping some of the comments because it's going to get my blood pressure so far, so high that I'm going to have a medical emergency. Please, somebody get the wrenches out here.
DeAndre Swift only had 11 carries again. It's like I'm not understanding why you're not running the ball. 23 rushing yards.
Thank you, Ziggy. Thank you. Whew. Go ahead.
AJ finished with 94 yards and Devonta's finished with 73 yards. They probably could have each had like about $150 if they actually caught the other balls that they didn't catch.
Exactly.
I'm like, man.
Exactly.
But look, we got if you want to know why we lost, just look at we got 3 fumbles. 3 fumbles by our key players. And that one by Jalen was huge because when you get the referees going against you, you gotta go score for score. There's no such thing as having them get the ball again and they go 7-0 and 14. You can't do that. You got to keep scoring with them.
I agree. Listen, I agree. I mean, at a certain point though, we got down. We couldn't. It took out Swift out of the game. He had some nice runs when we tried to feature him a little here and there, but at a certain point, we had to start going aerial attack. Just to get yourself back in the game, you needed to run up some fast points, and then you had to get stops. And X-Men, the reason why I'm not harping overly much on Bradbury and Slay is because once the second half came, Dallas didn't score no touchdowns. We opened all field goals. They had 24 going at the half, right? Am I not mistaken? It was 24 to what? 6 or 3 going into halftime?
I think they scored a touchdown in the second half, if I'm not mistaken.
I think if I'm not mistaken, somebody correct. I think it was they had 24 going into halftime, right? I don't think they scored no touchdowns at the half. Correct me if I'm wrong. I don't know. That's what I thought I remember. I thought they had 24 going in the half. Maybe they had 17. It might have only been 1. But I promise you, the defense looked totally different once Blankenship got out that game, bro. It looked totally different. Dak was holding the ball more. We got more sacks and everything. We got the strip sack for the touchdown, mainly because he had to hold the rock because Blankenship wasn't out there letting somebody run wide open in the pass coverage. That's why Fletcher Cox was able to get the strip. So they scored it. Okay, so maybe they had 17. That's what I thought. I thought it was 24-6 going into halftime. Somebody check the stats. If I'm not mistaken, it was 24-6 going into halftime. Pull the stats, Tim. That's your job. That's your job. You got one job. You worse than AJ Brown and Devonta Smith. Check the stats.
Really?
Have mercy. I'm about to turn on everybody. Y'all getting me mad. Thank you, Eric. It was 24-6 at halftime, so they scored 0 touchdowns after half. 0 touchdowns. Eli, you're absolutely right. The officials were horrible. The officials were terrible. It was terrible this game. It was terrible.
They set the tone for the game.
Somebody give me a drink. I'm sorry. I'm beyond irritated. It's like the Super Bowl, man. Sidney Brown is more ready than Blankenship will ever be in coverage, bro. Can't even call it. I respectfully disagree with you. Blankenship, for the last couple weeks, has been being picked on relentlessly. And we time and time again, the only reason why he stayed in the starting lineup, or the only why people wasn't calling for his head, is because we was able to eke out victories.
No, then what happened was
no more.
Blankenship missed a couple of games, and that's when the defense looked a lot better. Then when he came back, the defense started stinking it up again. Think about it.
I'm not disagreeing with none of that. Blankenship got to go, bro. Blankenship got to go. He the Eagles TJ McConnell, man. I'm not having it. You can't win no championship with no TJ McConnell as your starting point guard, and you ain't going to win no championship with Blankenship as your starting safety. It ain't right. It's not right. And we got it. I'm telling you, I will take my chances with the young bull. I'll take my chances with Sidney Brown right now. That's when they are, Eric. Quarterbacks are looking for Blankenship. They are literally looking in his direction and seeing where because he's not quick enough and he doesn't react fast enough in pass coverage to make them split second decisions on who he's going to get. Either he's going to go get the safety. I mean, he's going to go deep safety and play the wide receiver, or he's going to jump down and play the tight end. He's not making that decision fast enough, and we getting killed out there.
Like I saw he missed the Dolphins game. And that's the only reason why we won that Dolphins game, because he wasn't out there. on defense because you know it really got lit up by two, and they would have sent them out or used them.
Eagles linebackers haven't been playing good. I'm not here to cover for them. They haven't been playing all that well, but I'm telling you right now, the most glaring hole I've been seeing so far is this Bull Blankenship. He's the most glaring hole because there's a couple plays, even that play they had was a huge third down conversion they made, and they showed the camera from the back angle. And Blankenship, they end up throwing to that tight end. I forget his name, number 87, who's been playing pretty good. I don't care to know his name either. But Blankenship had the option of either double covering CeeDee Lamb on his right or crashing down the tight end. And you seen Dak staring at the tight end, but Blankenship already kind of committed to go to Dak. I mean, to over to CeeDee Lamb. And then by the time he seen Dak start releasing, then he tried to jump in on the tight end. But by then, you talking about literally a 1 second. 1 second difference is huge in NFL. He couldn't get there in time. They got the completion for the first down. You see this over and over and over and over and over again with Blankenship. He got to go, bro. He got to go. He's the worst. You can't cut everybody. You can't. At the end of the day, I know we got Marrow and he ain't playing good. And sometimes you see Cunningham getting beat and Leonard just got there, so he got to get acclimated. The Bull 24, what's his name? Your boy you always hate on, Tim. The other corner, what's his name? What's the other corner's name? Say his name for crying out of Bradbury. Good Lord, have mercy. You talk about him every week, and now you act like you don't know his name. You leave me out the job. Good Lord.
Yeah, Bradbury. It's okay.
It's not okay. It's not okay. You cannot cut everybody. Thank you, X-Men. But the dude you need to cut right now to help you is the Bull Blankenship. You got to cut him. Thank you. Why don't you bring me some moonshine? That's the least somebody can do around here. Have mercy.
I'm good. Right now, the NFL got an agenda. They had an agenda from the door. They want to make sure that it's like a 3-team race down the stretch. That's what they wanted. They wasn't going to sit there and let us sit there and run away with the conference. They wasn't going to let us do it. So, I mean, that's what they do. Remember, it's entertainment. Bottom line is the entertainment. I wouldn't be surprised if Jeffrey Lurie went in there knowing we was going to lose. He's part of it because the bottom line is the bottom line. So we saw the refs cheat. We saw the refs cheat.
We did. I could hear you with all that, but I also seen drop passes. I also seen some fumbling. It's like the Niners game. This is why I couldn't come on to the Niners game because y'all think I'm bad now. I'd have lost it. I'd have lost it at that Niners game. For my own personal mental health, I had to check out of that San Fran game. All right. Men's mental health is very important too, by the way. But I can take a loss, but what I can't take is a complete lackluster performance. Like that to me is so egregious. If we'd have lost this game 33-24, 33-27, I could have said, you know what? We fall hard. A couple plays didn't go your way. Nobody's going to play to perfection. Are you going to get some drops every now and then? Yes. Are you going to get a fumble every now and then? Yes. Stuff happens. But at the end of the day, for crying out loud, at least show me we could have possibly won this game. This game really at no point outside of the first quarter did it look like we legitimately had a shot. Once the first quarter was over, it was like that. This thing might be it. People talk about, at least we go. I got texts on other texts where people talk about, it's gonna be an early night to bed. This is 5 minutes into the second quarter. The game was literally over in people's minds, and it wasn't fictional. It was real. We blew a game, completely dropped the ball in a game we at least should have been into to the bitter end. Let the refs take it from you in the end. Don't give it to them early in the game. It was. Go ahead. I can't no more. I can't.
It's also another thing, though. Dallas Cowboys had 10 days off since the last time they played. And also, the week before that, the 49ers had 10 days off. We're getting teams back-to-back who literally almost had like a bye week. We getting teams off a bye week, and then we're playing them. So we may just be a little bit tired. The defense, I think, is really, really tired.
Okay, are we going to have the same excuse when Seattle come in here next week?
No, we go there. But
I'm just saying when we play them, I don't care where we at. I'm just saying when we play them, are we gonna have the same excuse? Is this we gonna be able to say, well, we did this and we just got beat by that? At a certain point, you gotta put your jock strap on and you gotta go play. You put the cup on and you go play. Let's stop with this.
They played a lot of ball. They have.
Word have mercy, man. Listen, at a certain point, bro, you just gotta play. You got to play. You got to play, and you got to play hard. That's all I'm asking. You got to play, and you got to make big plays when big plays are available to you. I mean, the Devonta. I don't want to hate on Devonta because the young bull, he got dog in it. He really does. So this is not an attack on his game, his character. But when that play is that big, you threw your hand up. You Randy Mossed him in the back of the end zone, got him here. Jalen, throw it to me. Throw it to me. I'm here. Catch the ball. It's there. Catch the ball. You had the ball beat. When nobody was grabbing on you. He had 2 drops earlier where he got hit. One of them was a nice catch. Bull came and raked it out from the back. The other one, he was sandwiched between 2 defenders. One was a linebacker. They might have both been linebackers. So I'm not mad. You were a little bull. You got hit and sandwich. The ball came out. Okay, I give you that. You got him beat 1-on-1. Got to catch the ball, bro. Okay. You drop it, right? You drop that one. Now we driving. 8 minutes left. 7 minutes left to go in the game. The score at this point was 30, I think, to 13. If you score now, you could cut the game to a 10-point deficit. We driving. Jalen give you the pass on the dot, which is passes. Most of his passes been all night. He hits you on the dot, bang.
Yeah.
You running. You actually shake one tackle, get loose. I'm like, oh, D. Smith's about to get boogie on somebody. Then what happens? He fumbles. He fumbles the ball away.
We all did.
Literally fumbling the game away.
We did.
But this is what I'm talking about. Like, I don't want to crucify you, but bro, how many bad plays you gonna have in one game, man? Come on, you supposed to be Bull. You supposed to be him. You're supposed to be the one the best. These two have been touted as the best receiver core in all the land, in all of football. So what's going on? How do you go from that to what I think y'all look like? Y'all play for the Ravens. You look like Lamar Jackson receivers out here.
The fix is in, yo. The fix is in. We know that.
X-Men, me too. The fix was in. They gave in due to the officiating. That's what Eli's saying. I hear you, Eli. That the officiating can be disheartening when you see this is the goofy stuff. But man, come on, bro. You got to catch these passes. You can't be out here fumbling. You just can't. I can't. Jalen fumble was the biggest. Can't even call it. He said his fumble was the biggest. Jock strapping on Hurts, but Smith and AJ carry him since last year. No. Listen, let's be clear about this. Jalen Hurts fumble was bad. It was in the beginning of the game. We was driving. Dallas just scored. We more than likely would have scored to tie the game back up at 7.
Yeah, that was huge.
That was huge. However, let's not get it twisted. A.J. Brown played about 4 years in Tennessee, and he barely cracked 1,000. There was more of a running team and all that. Yeah, they got the boy Henry, and he's a monster. But he had his best years with Jalen. That's not by coincidence, because we're not even all that much of a passing happy team like that. And he still got his first year with Jalen with 1,400 receiving yards. He was on track at one point this year to get about 2 stacks. So stop with the Jalen, he carrying Jalen when Jalen gave him his best numbers he had in his whole career. So stop the foolishness. Jalen is Bull. He's doing his thing. There was a bad fumble by Jalen. After that, he made up for it. The reason why I get a quarterback a little bit more allowance is because he has the ball in his hands every single play. If you run 70 plays, guess how many times Jalen touched the ball? 70 of them. If you run 80 plays, guess how many times Jalen touched the ball? 80 of them. More than likely, what's the most a receiver might touch the ball? 8, 7 to 10 times, somewhere around there. If you're having a great game, you might get 12 catches. So in all the midst of that, bro, you get targeted. You might have 7 catches. You might get targeted 10, 11 times. You got to catch that joint. I'm not trying to hear that. If you fumbling and you dropping passes and you only getting the ball your way 12 times max, and that you take more accountability than a quarterback who fumbles one time, I ain't trying to hear that.
Right. He gotta have a turnover-free game right now for us to finish this out, because we still trying to get that home field advantage throughout the playoffs. We still in charge of our destiny, but we gotta win out. We pretty much gotta win out every single game from here on out. We have to win, and it's up to us. And it has to be Jalen. Like, Jalen can't fumble the ball no more. He can't. He has a lot of fumbles. He has 5 this year, and that's my guy. But at the same time, they punch at the ball. You got to secure it.
No, I agree. I'm not hating on that by no means. The offense as a whole let us down. Jalen had that was a bad play. I can't hate on that. However, I didn't hate on Devonta 2 drops when he got one stripped out of his hands and he got sandwiched in the middle. You know, we was talking on the thing. You said he got 2 drops. I said, no, he got hit. I'll give him that. I understand certain things happen. I'm not necessarily saying I'm giving Jalen that fumble, but I understand. The other plays after that, come on, bro. Come on. Even A.J. Brown, the one he missed, sometimes to me, maybe it's me. Sometimes to me, it looked like if the ball's a little out of reach, A.J. Brown kind of slow up a little bit. He don't attack that ball sometimes when it's over, like when it's an over-the-shoulder drawn. He don't seem to attack it like that. If it's right in the bread basket, he normally makes great catches. That's why I'm surprised the other ball went right through his hands. Because if anywhere normally around his catching radius, he gonna grab it. But if it's saying he got to extend a little bit and attack it, it always seems like to me he kind of slow up just a little bit. And I'll be like, hold on, what am I saying? Is it me? Is it me that's saying this, or is it something that's happening and it ain't me no more? I'm not taking responsibility for what he's doing. No, he's slowing up. I'm not saying wrong. I'm saying absolutely right. He ain't catching it when it go over the shoulder like that, and that's starting to irritate me too. Starting to irritate me a little bit.
Yeah, I'm a little disappointed.
But I said I was going to be here for 20 minutes. Y'all made me snap for a half hour. I got to go to bed. I got to go to bed. I'm done
Thanks for
put
joining
the
us.
game in the rear view. I'm done talking about it. Hopefully, if they lose to Seattle again, I'm telling y'all right now, don't plan on seeing me on here. Don't plan on seeing me on if they lose to Seattle. I'm telling y'all right now, Tim don't even text me talking about, yo, you about to get on me, get the joint. No, don't do it. Don't do it because I'm not coming on. I'm telling you that right now.
He'll be here next week, win or loss. Win or loss, we'll be right back to do our show. That's what we do.
Oh boy.
Woo! Like, comment, subscribe. And make sure y'all like. I'll be saying like, comment, subscribe. Y'all don't be liking the videos. Make sure y'all like the videos while y'all on here now. Y'all on YouTube. Like the videos, subscribe to the channel if you're new to the channel. Hit the notification bell. We'll be back tomorrow. 6 is over. Sixers play the Wizards. Thanks for watching. We out.